Night 2. The contestants consisted of Sam Buttery, John Vogt, Matt Amodio. I was a little more anticipated about this episode than I should have been. I actually dreamt that Matt won the game, and the finals were Matt, Amy, and Eric. Then I woke up in the dream and saw that Sam won. Tonight will definitely be a strong competition for Matt. Just seeing who he's playing up against is a nail-biter. Ken Jennings' instruction was, welcome everyone to the second of our semifinal games in the Tournament of Champions. Amy Schneider demonstrated her super champion skill yesterday, defeating 2 very strong champions in a runaway game. And today we welcome 3 new champions to the semifinals, Matt, John, and Sam. The last category was drop the mic, which Ken added, don't actually drop the mic. Mine is on a stand, so I don't need to worry about it being dropped. Don't worry, Ken, I won't drop the mic. Discovered in 1767 by a British naval officer, this 2-mile-long island was uninhabited until 1790, but a Unity changed that. I knew Sam would know this and, in fact, tried buzzing in until Matt beat him. Sam got the first daily double. He made it a true daily double, got it right, and went to $3,200. Here are the Carters helping out this organization in 2003. The video I did before I started talking about Matt Amodio was about the Carters. After reminding him that he won the Professors Tournament, Ken asked Sam what kind of fame did one achieve in America for winning a Jeopardy Professors Tournament. Sam answered, well, apparently a lot of people thought I looked like Steve Martin, so I was all over the internet, and that's an amusing comparison to me. I like it because not only is he a hilarious comedian, a thoughtful writer, a gifted artist and musician, but he's also famous for being the most handsome man in the world. Ken and the audience laughed. Ken told him, now he tweeted it. He asked me if he wanted to split the money. Is that offer open? Or Sam answered, we'll see after the big tournament, Ken. I'll be a little flusher then. Yeah, that's something I never mentioned when I talked about the Professors Tournament, is a lot of people thought Sam Buttery looks like Steve Martin. In fact, if you look up Sam's name, one of the first results is Sam Buttery looks like Steve Martin. What about you, John? You also had some media opportunities after you appeared on Jeopardy, right? John answered, right, because I work for a team. I was interviewed by a baseball talk show afterwards, and word had gotten to them that I had missed a baseball question here on the show, which I had not. He then looked toward the camera and named 2 people I don't know before saying they were good sports about it. Baseball, huh? I wonder how Matt felt about that anecdote. Matt used his winnings to fix the AC on his car and hired an accountant. Kind of similar to Ryan Long. Haiti Kurik is one of the founders of this. SU2C for short. Aired its first telethon in 2008. There have been a few times recently where I said Jeopardy didn't need to appear in the question. Here's someone of the question who actually was a Jeopardy host, and it doesn't mention any of that. Same for Robin Roberts on Matea's 9th game. However, Jackie Fuchs did appear on Erica Hossack's 6th game, and the clue mentioned she was a 4-time Jeopardy champion. They saved the celebs category for last. She co-starred in Green Lantern with Ryan Reynolds before the pair married. After Matt answered, what's lively in true Matt style? He asked, are we done? The audience laughed. This 18-year-old dancer has 145 million followers on TikTok. This is crazy. Only 2.5 weeks after I asked, what could TikTok stars do to possibly appear on Jeopardy questions, and if they've been counted celebrities? Here's a question that already made that segment age poorly, and TikTok celebrities. First off, can they even be called celebrities? Second, what could they possibly do to be on Jeopardy questions? I still don't think TikTok stars are celebrities. No one buzzed in to answer. Nobody answered the last question in the first round. Matt was in 3rd place at $4,000. John was in 2nd place at $4,200. And Sam was in lead at $4,600 in a close game as you can get. The closest I recall since the end of the Jeopardy round of Marina Neal's final game. Matt got the first daily double in Double Jeopardy. He made it a true daily double again. Got it right. I went to $8,000. He's in lead for the first time since the first question of the previous round.
He got both daily doubles.
Sam took the lead before he got the second daily double in Double Jeopardy. He wagered $6,000, got it right. I went to $14,600. In silent films, they come between shots to narrate the story or tell you what the characters are saying. Sam buzzed and answered, what are title cards? Then immediately knew it was wrong. Matt buzzed and answered, what are inner titles? Had to begin an I. I see a bad moon rising, so I also see stew cook. Sam initially answered, what's CCR? Then added, Clearwater Revival, right as Ken asked him. More specifically, Sam in a Double Jeopardy winning $23,000 even before Ken told him he's a punk fan. That makes 2 of us, Sam. Matt was in second place at $16,800, and John was in third place at $12,600. Not counting the exhibition match, this is the second game in a row and Matt was not in the lead going into Final Jeopardy. Counting it would be the third. The Final Jeopardy category was geographic pairs. Now you know what happened the last time there was a geography-related category on Matt's game. The question was, by ferry, the distance between these two paired Mediterranean islands is about 40 miles from Alcudia to Ciudadella. By this point, I wasn't even thinking of a guess. I was more concentrated on how this game would go and who the winner could be. I'm having deja vu here.
Into 4 sectors. By this point, I wasn't even thinking of a guess. I was more concentrated on how this game would go and who the winner could be. Matt answered Poland, which was incorrect.
The answer was Mallorca and Minorca of Spain. Notice I hid the scores. John wagered $11,400 and went to $24,000 even, leading Sam by $1,000. Matt didn't bet anything. He stays in third place at $16,800. It all comes down to Sam. Sam wagered $10,601 and took his final score to $33,601. He would have defeated Matt by $1 if Matt went all in. Fans are disappointed that Matt lost. Some even question why he didn't bet anything before others mentioned he thought all of them would get it wrong. This also means Sam defeated Matt Amodio and Jessica Stephens. Fans also knew Sam would get this question right since he's a professor at a naval school. Of course Sam would know this. Sam is now a finalist. Now I do have a lot more to say about this, so tune in for part 3, where I go over the aftermath of Matt Amodio's loss. The Overheard on set was titled, "Congratulations, Sam." Ken told them, "What a fantastic game. Like you all were just right on the money every time, and it was just a matter of milliseconds, I assume." Ken then asked Sam, "Was there a turning point for you, Sam? Did it feel confident throughout?" Or Sam answered, "No, not at all. At almost no point. Although the daily doubles helped, I haven't had much experience with them. I will say it made us laugh that the 3 of us, I thought, did pretty well in a lot of the categories. And there are a couple categories there, maybe not so much. I guess maybe." Ken then asked, "Did the spies play to your military history background?" Or Sam then answered, "I can't answer that, Ken, you know that." The audience laughed. He then pointed out, "You did not have much daily double experience in your tournament. Is that what you think?" Sam answered, "That's true. I only had a couple, and I might have had one in the earlier round of this tournament. So it's a scary thing when you're faced with players like these. You risk too much money. There's no climbing back. But you have to take into account the category and the level on the board. I was lucky enough to get one that I could swing the bat at and drive it out of the park." He then said that was for John, which I guess we're all forgetting that Matt Amodio also is a baseball fan. Ken asked, "How aware of the scores were you during the game? Do you have enough experience between you to try to keep an eye on both?" Matt answered, "Oh yeah, very, very aware. And I have to say, I feel a little triggered. For the past 5 years, I've had a professor's tournament me, and it's just coming back. You just can't get away from them," Ken tells him. "Yeah, I know. At least he wasn't asking the questions," Ken reassures Matt. That's right. Ken turned to John and asked, "What about you, John? What was it like being sandwiched between 2 players like that?" He answered, "Oh, rough, but I feel like the daily doubles fell where they did, and I'm just glad I was this close as I was after those." I didn't even notice how high John's score was, and he didn't get the daily doubles. He pointed to Sam and said, "Sam, I don't know if you know this. You are undefeated on the Alex Trebek stage." Sam tells him, "I did not know." "Oh no, I did know." "Yeah, he told all of us, unlike anybody else in the tournament." He then asked, "What do you feel your chances are to stay undefeated as we move to the finals?" Sam answered, "Well, I was lucky enough to see the earlier game in which Amy crushed it, and I've seen Matea and the other players that are left to go. So it's difficult to imagine staying undefeated in that crowd. But you know what? You gotta ride the streak." The anecdote ends there.
And as always, thank you for watching.